A desolate valley stretches, shrouded in perpetual twilight, where shadows cling to jagged, broken peaks. The air hangs heavy, thick with the scent of ozone and the lingering metallic temps of recent battle. Titan Rex, a colossal shadow, stalks through the desolation, his gaze fixed on a distant, struggling form. His massive head lowers, sensing weakness, a primal hunger burning deep within his ancient, reptilian eyes. The ground trembles faintly with each deliberate step, a low, guttural growl rumbling in his immense chest. Before him, the Riftspawn Alpha limps, its hybrid body mangled, dark ichor oozing from gaping wounds. One twisted wing drags uselessly, scattering dust as it desperately tries to escape its relentless pursuer. Fear, raw and desperate, radiates from the wounded creature, a pathetic whimper escaping its jagged maw. Its multifaceted eyes dart frantically, searching for any impossible refuge in the unforgiving landscape. Rex closes the distance, a predator's grim determination etched onto his scarred, leathery hide. He lets out a deafening roar, a sound that rips through the valley, echoing off the shattered rock faces. The Alpha stumbles, its remaining strength failing, paralyzed by the sheer terror of its impending doom. Rex charges, a blur of primordial power, his enormous jaws snapping shut with terrifying, final precision. He seizes the Alpha, a sickening crunch of bone and chitin reverberating through the desolate, silent air. The Riftspawn Alpha thrashes, a final, desperate surge of pain and defiance, but its efforts are futile. Rex shakes his head violently, tearing at the creature's essence, a dark feast for a primordial king. A strange light emanates from the Alpha's dying form, shimmering with unnatural, otherworldly energy. This energy, raw and untamed, begins to seep into Rex, drawn by his immense, predatory will. Dark, crystalline shards, remnants of the rift, fall from the Alpha, dissolving into golden motes. Rex devours them, a strange, profound hunger now ignited within his ancient, evolving physiology. A faint, internal glow begins to ripple beneath his thick, armored scales, a new power awakening. His eyes, once merely predatory, now gleam with an unsettling, intelligent, almost cosmic intensity. The absorbed rift energy courses through his veins, a searing, invigorating fire consuming his being. His muscles visibly swell, rippling with newfound, monstrous strength, stretching his already vast form. Faint, glowing cracks appear along his scales, like molten veins, pulsing with arcane, violet light. These luminescent fissures spread across his body, tracing ancient patterns of power and raw might. A deep tremor starts within him, not of fear, but of an immense, barely contained, volatile energy. He lifts his head to the fractured sky, an instinctual, triumphant challenge to the chaotic cosmos. His throat vibrates, a low thrumming sound, building into something far more terrifying and potent. Then, a new roar erupts, a thunderous sound that tears through the fabric of the dark, silent air. This roar is different. It carries a visible shock wave, a concussive force expanding outwards rapidly. The very ground beneath him shudders violently, sending fissures through the scorched, desolate earth. Floating rocks, debris from the unstable rift, are instantly pulverized into dust by the sonic blast. The air around him visibly distorts, shimmering with an invisible, powerful, destabilizing force field. He feels the power surging, a wild, exhilarating current, a new apex predator born from the rift. A single, mighty stump sends a ripple of pure force through the ground, shattering nearby rock formations. The air above the impact point briefly warps, creating a shimmering, ethereal distortion in space. His gaze sweeps across the ravaged landscape, now seeing it as his dominion, his hunting ground. A fierce, almost joyful snarl escapes his lips, anticipating the coming, inevitable confrontation. He senses Tiamat, a distant, powerful presence, a challenge he is now truly ready to meet. Meanwhile, in a realm of churning clouds and obsidian spires, Tiamat feels the shift in power. Her 5 heads turn simultaneously, their diverse eyes narrowing with ancient, calculating wisdom. She senses the surge, the raw, unrefined energy now coursing through her monstrous rival's form. A low growl rumbles from her central head, a sound of both irritation and profound, predatory interest. She stands atop a storm-wreathed citadel, its dark stones humming with latent, draconic magic. Around her, ancient dragon artifacts glow faintly, pulsing with the echoes of forgotten, powerful spells. She begins to draw upon the ambient magic of her realm, a swirling vortex of energy around her. Her 5 heads each siphon a different elemental force from the air. Fire, ice, lightning, acid, poison. The air crackles around her, charged with immense, volatile power, responding to her divine will. She concentrates, her multiple minds weaving the disparate elements into a singular, devastating attack. This is a new tactic, a focused, combined elemental assault, unlike her previous, scattered efforts. Flickers of crimson fire, cerulean ice, jagged emerald lightning dance between her massive heads. Viscous, dark green acid and swirling, purple poison mist coalesce, awaiting her command. Her vast, iridescent wings unfurl, catching the swirling, tempestuous winds, preparing for flight. A cold, calculating fury hardens her gaze. This beast has grown, but she remains the true queen. She knows the rift's power is dangerous, yet she seeks to master it, to bend it to her own will. The hum of the citadel stones intensifies as she draws more ancient, raw magic into her being. Her scales shimmer with an inner light, reflecting the myriad energies she now harnesses and controls. She feels the subtle vibrations of the rift's core, a magnetic pull drawing her towards its chaos. The time for preparation ends. The time for absolute dominance begins. A queen's declaration. Tiamat launches herself into the turbulent skies, a majestic, terrifying silhouette against the storm. Her powerful wing beats send shockwaves through the clouds, clearing a path towards her destiny. Below, Titan Rex moves with newfound purpose, his glowing cracks pulsing with dark, unstable power. He navigates the broken plains, instinctively drawn towards the heart of the dimensional anomaly. The ground beneath his colossal feet cracks and groans. Unable to contain his immense, surging might, he lets out another guttural roar, a challenge echoing across the desolate, merging landscapes. The air around him still shimmers, a testament to the raw, untamed energy now contained within his form. He senses Tiamat's approach, her vast, powerful presence growing stronger with every passing moment. A primal thrill courses through him, a predator meeting its ultimate, most formidable rival. The rift's core zone beckons, a nexus of colliding realities, a stage for their titanic conflict. Unstable gravity distorts the very ground, causing jagged rock formations to float eerily upwards. Swirling debris, fragments of both realms, dance in the air like ghostly, broken cosmic dust. Ancient trees from Rex's world intertwine with obsidian shards from Tiamat's, a bizarre fusion. The sky above is a fractured tapestry of clashing colors, where reality itself seems to unravel. Violet lightning streaks across the chaotic heavens, illuminating the strange, war-torn arena. Tiamat descends from the swirling storm clouds, her 5 heads piercing the gloom like living spears. Her massive form casts an enormous shadow over the fractured landscape, a queen claiming her domain. Titan Rex meets her gaze, unyielding, his glowing cracks pulsing with defiant, crimson light. He stands amidst the floating rocks, a monument of primordial power, ready for the inevitable clash. The air grows heavy with anticipation, charged with the raw, untamed power of 2 colossal titans. A low hum emanates from the rift's core, resonating with a growing tension between them. Tiamat lets out a piercing shriek, a challenge that echoes through the fractured, desolate valley. Her 5 heads unleash torrents of elemental fury, a blinding cascade of fire, ice, lightning, acid, poison. The combined blast hurtles towards Rex, a devastating wave of pure, unbridled destruction. Rex stands firm, his newly empowered form bracing for the impact, an unyielding, primal force. The elemental onslaught engulfs him completely, A maelstrom of searing heat and freezing cold. Explosions rip through the core zone, sending shockwaves across the unstable, merging realities. Smoke and steam billow upwards, momentarily obscuring the titanic clash from view, a chaotic veil. Tiamat watches, her multiple eyes scanning the roiling chaos, expecting her foe to be vanquished. But from the heart of the tempest, a defiant, echoing roar reverberates, announcing his survival. Titan Rex emerges from the elemental storm, his glowing cracks pulsating with renewed, fierce energy. His scales are scorched, but his massive form remains largely intact, a testament to his new resilience. A low, guttural growl escapes his throat, a warning that her elemental attacks are no longer enough. Tiamat's eyes widen slightly, a flicker of genuine surprise crossing her ancient, calculating features. This beast has truly evolved, becoming a far more formidable, dangerous adversary than before. Rex lets out a mighty, new shockwave roar, a visible ripple of force tearing through the chaotic air. The concussive blast slams into Tiamat, disrupting her aerial balance and elemental concentrations. Her breath attacks waver, their focused streams scattering wildly as she struggles against the force. She recovers swiftly, her vast wings beating furiously, regaining control amidst the turbulent winds. A flash of irritation crosses her serpentine faces. This new power is a truly vexing development. She dives, a majestic, terrifying blur, aiming her central head's fiery breath directly at Rex. Rex meets the assault head-on, his glowing cracks flaring brightly, absorbing some of the intense heat. He unleashes another shockwave roar, aimed precisely at her descending form, trying to destabilize her. Tiamat twists mid-air, her agility surprising for her size, narrowly avoiding the full force of the blast. Her blue head unleashes a torrent of freezing ice, encasing a floating rock in a shimmering, brittle shell. Rex charges forward, his powerful legs propelling him across the gravity-defying, broken terrain. He leaps, a startling display of power, slamming into a cluster of floating debris with immense force. The debris shatters, sending razor-sharp fragments hurtling towards Tiamat. A dangerous, unexpected volley. She evades the shards with swift, elegant maneuvers, her ancient instincts guiding her through the chaos. Her green head spits corrosive acid, melting a path through the debris-strewn air, clearing her way. Rex lands with a ground-shaking thud, creating a crater that ripples outward, distorting the very earth. He watches Tiamat, his eyes gleaming with a fierce, calculating intelligence, learning her patterns. Tiamat circles above, her 5 heads switching elements rapidly, seeking a weakness in his enhanced hide. The gold head unleashes blinding lightning bolts, striking the ground around Rex, sending sparks flying. Rex endures the electrical storm, his glowing cracks absorbing some of the raw, volatile energy harmlessly. He stomps, sending a localized shockwave upwards, attempting to disrupt her flight path. A clever tactic. The unstable currents of the rift begin to respond to their immense power, growing increasingly volatile. Tiamat finds herself buffeted by sudden updrafts and downdrafts. Her air superiority challenged. Her black head spews noxious poison gas, creating a swirling, emerald cloud around Rex's position. Rex inhales deeply, his empowered lungs filtering the toxic fumes, a grimace of annoyance on his snout. He unleashes a powerful tail whip, a blur of motion that sends a wave of displaced air towards her. The force of the tail whip momentarily stuns Tiamat, forcing her higher into the turbulent sky. She shrieks in anger, a sound that vibrates through the very fabric of the merging realities. Her frustration grows. This beast is no longer merely a brute, but a cunning, powerful adversary. She descends again, combining the elements into a single, focused beam of destructive energy. Fire, ice, lightning, acid, and poison merge into a swirling, multi-hued ray of pure devastation. The beam strikes Rex directly, engulfing him in an explosion of light, sound, and raw elemental fury. The ground beneath him buckles, cracking, and begins to glow ominously with residual energies. Tiamat hovers her 5 heads watching intently, expecting this combined assault to finally prevail. But from the heart of the blinding maelstrom, Rex's colossal form remains, defiant and unyielding. His glowing cracks pulse with furious intensity, siphoning the elemental energies into his own core. A low, triumphant growl erupts from his chest, a clear signal of his terrifying, new resilience. He takes a step forward, the ground shaking. His immense power now, truly a match for the Dragon Queen. Tiamat's ancient eyes narrow, a dark resolve settling upon her, acknowledging his terrifying evolution. She spirals upwards, gaining altitude, preparing for a strategic dive, a queen's desperate tactic. Rex unleashes a devastating shockwave roar, aiming to knock her from the chaotic, turbulent sky. The invisible force slams into her, throwing her off balance. Her mighty wings struggling to compensate, she plummets briefly, her frustration evident in a guttural, furious shriek that rends the air. Regaining control, she swoops low, her massive claws extended, aiming to rake his armored hide. Rex dodges with surprising agility, his enhanced reflexes allowing him to narrowly avoid her attack. He counters with a powerful headbutt, slamming into her underbelly with bone-jarring force and impact. Tiamat cries out, a rare sound of pain, as her scales scrape against his unyielding, hardened skull. She backs away, creating distance, her multiple heads now focusing on a more coordinated assault. Her fiery breath creates a searing inferno, while her icy breath forms jagged, crystalline spikes. Lightning bolts crackle between her heads, weaving a net of pure energy around her monstrous foe. Rex roars defiantly, standing his ground amidst the elemental onslaught, a true force of nature. He stomps the ground, sending a powerful tremor through the unstable core zone, disrupting her focus. The rift itself begins to react violently to their sustained, immense, destructive energies. Colors within the rift start to shift wildly, a kaleidoscopic vortex of cosmic, unstable power. From deep purples to blazing oranges, the rift pulses with an alarming, uncontrolled intensity. Fractals spread across the sky, like countless shattered mirrors reflecting impossible alien light. These geometric patterns twist and turn, revealing glimpses of other dimensions, fleetingly visible. The hum of the rift grows into a deafening roar, a sound that threatens to tear reality itself apart. Both Tiamat and Rex pause, their battle momentarily forgotten. Sensing the rift's escalating instability, new cracks appear in the very fabric of space, thin lines of blinding, unknown energy expanding rapidly. Through these expanding fissures, glimpses of another world beyond their own begin to flicker into view. Strange, impossible landscapes, unlike anything they have ever witnessed, manifest briefly, then vanish. The air becomes thick with raw, untamed, dimensional energy, crackling with dangerous, volatile power. The ground beneath them convulses violently, sending massive rock formations hurtling into the sky. Tiamat's 5 heads scanned the rapidly destabilizing rift, a flicker of concern in her ancient eyes. Rex lets out a low, warning growl, recognizing the immense, uncontrolled power now surrounding them. Their combined destructive force is pushing the rift to its absolute breaking point, a cosmic strain. The sky above them becomes a swirling vortex of clashing dimensions, an impossible, terrifying sight. A blinding flash of light erupts from the rift's core, signaling an imminent, catastrophic expansion. The very air screams as the dimensional barriers begin to tear apart with unimaginable, raw force. A massive secondary rift suddenly rips open, a gaping maw of pure, chaotic energy in the sky. This new tier is larger, more violent, and far more terrifying than the original, unstable connection. Through its shimmering, unstable depths, another world, vastly different, begins to reveal itself. A powerful shockwave erupts from the newly formed rift, a concussive blast of pure dimensional force. The immense energy slams into Tiamat, throwing her massive form violently across the fragmented sky. She cries out, a sound of pain and disorientation, as she is flung away from the rift's epicenter. Simultaneously, the shockwave engulfs Rex, lifting his colossal body off the trembling ground. He roars in fury and confusion, unable to resist the overwhelming, raw power of the expanding rift. Both titans are thrown apart by the sheer, unbridled force, separated by the cosmic upheaval. They tumble through the air, disoriented and wounded, amidst the swirling debris and chaotic energies. The rift pulsates, a hungry, living entity, drawing them deeper into its unpredictable, dangerous whims. Tiamat struggles to regain her bearings, her multiple heads shaking off the disorienting impact. Her eyes, though dazed, are drawn to the gaping maw of the new, secondary rift in the distant sky. Rex lands hard, creating a deep gouge in the earth, his body aching from the immense, cosmic impact. He pushes himself up, his glowing cracks flickering erratically, his predatory gaze fixed on the anomaly. Through the shimmering, unstable portal, the first clear images of the new world begin to emerge. Towering structures, impossibly tall and sleek, pierce the sky, reflecting an alien, metallic sheen. These are not ancient dragon citadels, nor primordial forests, but something entirely different, unknown. Silhouettes of skyscrapers, reaching towards a strange, artificial light, dominate the distant horizon. The architecture is angular, cold, and utterly foreign to both the Dragon Queen and the Titan King. Small, glowing specks of light move along the structures, like tiny, frantic insects, hinting at life. A low, distant hum emanates from this new reality, a mechanical, almost musical, unsettling sound. Then, faintly, through the cosmic roar of the rift, a new sound pierces the chaos, growing louder. It is a wailing, rhythmic sound, unlike any natural cry or ancient roar they have ever heard before. Sirens, shrill and piercing, echo from the alien city, a warning, or perhaps a cry of pure terror. The new rift shimmers violently, its edges pulsing with raw, uncontrolled dimensional energies. Tiamat, regaining her full senses, stares at the emerging cityscape with a mixture of awe and suspicion. Her multiple heads tilt, attempting to comprehend the impossible geometry and alien structures before her. This new world is unlike any realm she has ever encountered, a perplexing, unsettling mystery. Rex, still shaking off the impact, lets out a low, rumbling growl, sensing a new, unknown threat. His primal instincts scream danger as the strange, artificial sounds pierce his ancient senses. The sirens wail louder, a symphony of alarm, indicating a world in chaos, a civilization in distress. Through the shimmering portal, tiny, flying vehicles zipped frantically between the towering buildings. They are mere specks against the immense structures, yet they move with surprising speed and agility. Tiamat's eyes narrow, observing the frantic motion, recognizing the signs of intelligent, if diminutive, life. Her curiosity is piqued, a rare emotion for the ancient Dragon Queen, mixed with her predatory urges. Rex takes another step towards the rift, his massive head craning to get a better view of the alien city. The glowing cracks on his scales pulse with a renewed, curious energy, drawn to the strange power. The air from the new rift carries unfamiliar scents, ozone, burnt metal, and something vaguely synthetic. These new smells are alien, yet intriguing, hinting at unknown technologies and unseen inhabitants. Tiamat lets out a low, questioning hiss, her 5 heads communicating silently, processing the anomaly. She wonders about the beings that created such colossal, intricate structures, their strength, their magic. Rex lets out a short, sharp bark, a sound of challenge and perhaps a warning to this encroaching reality. He sees potential hunting grounds, new prey, an expansion of his dominion across impossible boundaries. The rift continues to expand, its edges consuming more of the fractured landscape around them rapidly. Fragments of their own worlds are now being pulled into the vortex, dissolving into raw energy. A piece of a primordial forest, complete with ancient trees, floats precariously near the new tear. Then, a section of an obsidian spire from Tiamat's realm breaks off, slowly drifting towards the portal. The merging realities are becoming increasingly unstable, threatening to swallow everything whole. Tiamat feels a strange pull, a magnetic force drawing her towards the unknown, chaotic dimension. She resists, her powerful claws digging into the scarred earth, anchoring herself against the rift's power. Rex too feels the immense suction, his glowing cracks flaring as he fights against the dimensional current. His primal will asserts itself, refusing to be passively drawn into an unpredictable, alien abyss. The wailing sirens from the city intensify, now accompanied by distant, muffled explosions and screams. Through the growing tier, flashes of light indicate a struggle, a conflict within the new, alien world. Are these beings fighting each other, or something else? The question hangs heavy in the chaotic air. Tiamat's gaze hardens. She recognizes the sounds of desperate struggle, even in an alien tongue. She imagines conquest, bringing this new world under her dominion, adding its power to her own. Rex lets out a predatory snarl, his instincts demanding he investigate this new source of chaos. He sees opportunities for dominance, for testing his newly evolved powers against unknown foes. The secondary rift stabilizes slightly, offering a clearer, more terrifying view of the new dimension. We see not just skyscrapers, but vast, intricate networks of glowing pathways and flying vehicles. The city sprawls endlessly, a testament to an advanced civilization, now seemingly in disarray. Dark smoke plumes rise from various points, indicating destruction and widespread devastation. The ground beneath Tiamat and Rex cracks further, unstable and fragile under their immense weight. The very air around them feels thin, stretched, as if reality itself is about to snap and unravel. Tiamat makes a decision, a silent command passing between her 5 intelligent heads. She takes a powerful leap, her vast wings propelling her towards the gaping maw of the new rift. Her ancient eyes burn with renewed purpose, a desire to explore and conquer this alien realm. Rex watches her, a flicker of something akin to reluctant respect in his predatory gaze. He lets out a final, booming roar, a declaration of his own intent to follow her into the unknown. His powerful legs coil, gathering immense strength, preparing for a leap across the dimensional divide. The ground shatters beneath his feet as he launches himself towards the shimmering, alien portal. Both titans are now committed, drawn by the allure of power, conquest, and uncharted territories. They plunge into the swirling vortex of the secondary rift, leaving their fractured world behind. The portal pulses once more, then begins to slowly, ominously, expand even further, consuming more space. The sounds from the alien city grow louder, a cacophony of sirens, screams, and distant explosions. Through the now vast, shimmering tier, we glimpse the heart of the futuristic metropolis more clearly. Massive, metallic towers gleam under an artificial, neon sky, their surfaces reflecting strange light. Flying vehicles, once orderly, now careen wildly, crashing into buildings and fiery explosions. Panicked figures, tiny and insignificant, scatter across elevated walkways and ground-level streets. Their faces, though distant, convey utter terror as their world suddenly collides with cosmic chaos. The rift continues to tear, pulling more of their reality into its maw, merging the impossible. A section of a skyscraper, impossibly tall, begins to tilt, groaning under immense, unseen pressure. Its reflective surface cracks, revealing internal structures and panicked figures trapped within. The ground where Tiamat and Rex once stood now crumbles into the abyss, a testament to their wake. The air vibrates with residual energy, a profound silence following their departure, then pure chaos. The rift itself, now a monstrous maw, shows no signs of closing, only expanding, consuming everything. Through its depths, the distant city burns, a beacon of destruction and interdimensional conflict. The fate of the futuristic city, and the 2 titans within it, remains veiled in chaotic uncertainty. A dark shadow falls over the merging landscapes, cast by the ever-widening, hungry dimensional tier. The sky above, once fractured, is now a swirling maelstrom of clashing realities. A cosmic tapestry. Whispers of ancient prophecies echo through the void, foretelling a grander, more terrifying war. The clash of scales and thunderous roars now resonate through an entirely new, unsuspecting dimension. 2 primordial forces, now further empowered, unleashed upon an advanced, fragile civilization. The balance of power shifts once more as new variables enter the perilous, cosmic equation. The very essence of existence trembles as worlds collide with unprecedented, devastating force. What new horrors await Tiamat and Rex in this world of glass and steel beyond the rift? What unknown entities inhabit these towering structures? And what power do they truly wield? The sirens wail into the abyss, a haunting melody of impending doom for all caught within. The rift glows brighter, a beacon of chaos, promising more destruction, more merging realities. This is not an end, but merely the beginning of an even greater, more terrifying cosmic saga. The war of the rift has just escalated, drawing in an entirely new, unsuspecting dimension. The true enemy, perhaps, watches from beyond, pulling the strings of this multidimensional conflict. The fate of 3 worlds now hangs precariously, teetering on the brink of ultimate cosmic annihilation.